Welcome to Yeshiva Daf, Shir sponsor Nishmas. I'm back with Shalom Nabasitzchok. We're holding in Basra Daf base. We're starting in the two dots. Some have the two dots, some don't have the two dots. But it's beginning of the line Omer Rabba Barchano, which is 5 lines from the top of Amud Aleph in Daf base. Omer Rabba Barchano Abichol Mivoyes Amifuloshois Le'ir Acheres. You have open roads that are open from one city to another city. One of the cities wants to close down the roads. The other city, the one that use the roads, can say, no, do not close the roads. If there's no other way to pass by, so of course they can say, that's our way, that's the only way we have. Even if there's another way, we learned if a rabbin hold on to a pathway, so then you're not allowed to ruin it. So here I have a pathway that rabbin were using, one city is using, you cannot take it out. Says the more, we're going to skip the parentheses. Now we continue on with a similar concept. You have a mevois of rabbin, which means you have a shus rabbin in the middle of the city, and you have small streets going into the Rishus Rabbim. Comes the people of the street. They say, let's close the streets. I don't want the streets to be open to Rishus Rabbim. Rishus Rabbim referring to the other people of the city. They say, no, we need the streets open. Someone I think maybe the first 4 amas in the small mevois, you need to leave open Rishus Rabbim. People walk Rishus Rabbim, and there's a little bit of an overflow of 4 amas and now more. Why 4 amas? When I have 4 amas next to Rishus Rabbim, it's considered to be Rishus Rabbim, we're going Tumo. We know that Sofik Tu Rishus Rabbim is Torah. So within 4 amas, it's part of Rishus Rabbim. So don't bring an example from there. There's Tumo. Here, sometimes Rishus Rabbim, they push in. And they need more room. There's a big fair in the Rishus Rabbim. People are walking in and out. You need to have that space to be able to enter into the movie. So the Mishnah that you divide a field only if it's 9 kav to one, not like the other, or according to Rabbi Yudo, 9.5 kav, which is 4.5 kav per. Similarly, pligi ma'kastre, each one goes based on his location. As Toys explains, each one goes based on what is choshev by him. The time it takes to plow a field for one day. What is Beirod Yom? What is Yom Zaro? As Rashi explains, there's twice during the season, during the harvest season, that you plow the field. One is B'shas Anir. B'shas Anir is at the beginning of the season, you plow it. Then there's another time you plow when you plant it. When you put the seeds, you plow it again. Now, plowing at the beginning of the season is a longer process than the plowing that you do when you plant it. So it says it more like this. If we're talking about the Yerim and Desire, it takes the day, the amount of a field, the size of a field, that it takes to plow in the time of planting. Similar tree, Yerim Mekarba, that's not 2 full days of Yerim Mekarba, the time of the near, or the beginning of the season. So you can't give somebody something that you can't hire workers and animals and oxen for a full day. Here it's going to be, for the time of the Zera, it's a full day. For the time of the Karbo, it's a day and a half. If you want to measure based on the Karbo, you have a desire level. So then the day of the planting, it's less than a day. And that's not fair. Why would you give a field to somebody that you can't hire workers a full day? So something more. Now we have 2 Girsos here in Rashi. Let's see the Girs of our Gemara, which is the second Girs of Rashi. The Gemara says, Yom de Karbo, the Korvitani. Talk about Yom de Karbo. Yom de Karbo is not a double. I mean, Yom de Zera is going to be less than a day. So we're talking about here that when they do Karbo, they double. They do the near twice. So then when you do Yom de Zera, it's a full day. Yom de Zera is a full day. Yom de Karbo is 2 days. Yom de Zera is called, it's not when it's a full day of Karbo, so it's not a full day of Zaro. Talk about the Karbo of the Zori. What do you mean the Karbo of the Zori? in the time of the planting, you do double. So even though Yom the Karbo, usually Yom the Karbo is it's equal to less than 1 day of Zara. But here the Yom the Zara is, they double it. If I say about Yom the Zara, talk about Yom the Zara. But if we go based on Yom the Zara, how Yom the Karbo is not a full 2 days? No, they double up the Yom the Karbo. And why? Because we're talking about the Hadur means you have to go up the mountain, go down the mountain. It's steps. It's much harder to do it. Rashi brings the opposite gears. The more brings the different opposite gears that says the Yom Dezaro. When you do Yom Dezaro, it's 1 day Dezaro. Yom the Karbo, it's only a day and a half. No, they do Karbo twice. Or Yom the Karbo, they do Zaro Hadure, which is a harder Zaro. So a very similar idea. The point is that you have to get to a full day of work. Similar Davlo. What's Davlo? Davlo means when you have a pit of water. How do you divide that? When it takes a full day of water. In order to split it, you need to have at least 1 day that you can draw water from the pit. Prior day Asad, you divide a vineyard. It has to be 3 kav per each. I want to sell you a piece in the vineyard. It should not be less than 3 kav. To say gimel kav, that's what he meant in the sale. Stephen Nevius, as Rashi says, and Tosa says, below tam, it doesn't make sense. This agrees. It's like being the same different views. Bebova, what above? Three clusters of trees, each one of 12 trees, which reach together 36 trees. The man takes for a person to plow in 1 day. Now, as Rashi puts out, the Gemara mentioned that because we spoke about different views, so we're going to speak about Chacham and Nevi'im. We say the following. For the time the Beis Hamikdash, the Nevu was taken from the Nevi'im and given to Chacham. So how to Chacham love Noviu? When Chacham was now Novi, that's the Losh of the Gemara. Rashi learns, what does it mean? Is a Chacham cannot be a Novi? Right? Mashra, the Chacham was not by the... Originally, Nevu was only by Nachacham. A Chacham can be a Novi. Meaning there was Nevuah by Nevi'im and by Chachamim. The Nevi'im not necessarily were Chacham. That's what Rashi learns. The Nevuah was taken away from those during that Chacham and stayed with the ones during Chacham. The Ramban says that's Hapshat. Says the Ramban, and many of the first we agree with it, is that the Nevuah of Nevi'im is different than Nevuah. The Nevuah of Nevi'im is the Nevuah of Ri'i, of seeing. The Nevuah of Chachamim is Yoidim is Emes B'Ruach HaKodesh Shebekiva. That's Losh Ramban. It's a different type of Nevuah. So the Nevuah of Nevi'us was taken away, not the Nevuah of Chachamim. And the Shur Machshava were married on this Ayin Shah. Chacham is greater than a Novi. Shlema v'Levi levav Chacham. Novi has the heart of Chacham. Me nitla me, who's going to be angry somebody else? Heavy oimer katon nitla begadol. The small one is holding to the big one, which means the Novi is nitla begadol. What by Teidoma Gavra Rabo Milso? We bring a raya that Chochmah has Nevi'us. Chassid explains, it means that a person is able through his mind, through his understanding, to reach such high levels that he's able to say things that he's not really in his level. So this person says a big word, and then someone else says the same idea. Who said to Nevi'us? The same Mazal as Lashra here in the Gemara. Mazal means their same mindset, the same idea. They're thinking the same. Someone said something chashuv. And it said, with Dafi Beis Ubeis, Mishmini Rabbi Akiva by Yitzchak. You hear that he says the same thing like Rabbi Akiva. You're not on the level of Chacham of Rabbi Akiva. So the Gemara, for this purpose, he is. So it says a word, and you see who's Mechal Alocha Mishvesina. That's a Nevu. That's already beyond the level of person's understanding. So if a deal with Kistum Barubo, maybe it's like a blind person that's able to find the chimney to go down to the house. By mistake, he's walking and he sees Darubo. Says the Gemara over Laf Tam Yov, he's giving a reasoning. If he's giving a reasoning, so that means it's not just a blind person. So you see, someone with this chachma can reach such high levels of Allah Moshe Messina. So the nevuah was given to fools and children. The shaitim mahi, what's the story of the shaitim? He was in this area in Mechoisa, big area in Mechoisa. Shavelo shaiti, here's this fool, this shaiti, this incompetent person. The Gomer Shbistifto the Molich b'Matavaxio Teviyuve Chosim. Says the Rosh Yeshiva, the Rosh Yeshiva Matavaxio, he signs his name to Yuvi. That's how he signs his name. Omar Man Chosim to Yuvi. Who's the one who signs to Yuvi? Birabonon. Oh no, I'm the one who does it. Shvabino Levi Kairu Shaito. Oh, that means this is my time. Come. Also, so he came to Matavaxio. Also in Yerabon Leisuv Lavach B'Div to Beresho. Until he came, they really decided to a point of Ach B'Divti to be the Yeshiva. Kevan the Shami, also they heard that he came, showed the Zug of the Rabban like a Bey. They sent him two people of Rabbanon to ask his advice. Should he be the Yeshiva or not? Akve. So he kept these two people, did not allow them to leave. Hodesh showed the Zug of the Rabban Echine. Then he said two other people, Akve, Gabey, he kept by him. Adu Molu Beaso until he got 10 people in front of him, which is a minyan. Kevan the Molu Beaso, once 10 people were in the house. He started saying the drasha. The drasha, the Kali need at least 10 people. There were 10 people there. So he became the Yeshiva. Ravaka said himself, someone who did bad, he got bad, his mazel won't change so fast to be good. Someone is being good is happening to him. Won't change so bad so fast to bad. So I lost my chance to be Rosh Yeshiva. Now here, just to point out, there, Ogo, the Chora one can ask, what? This is not a nevuah. Where is the nevuah over here? Rav Ashi, he heard that there's an opportunity for him to grab it up, but he grabbed it on his own. The nevuah wasn't that it's happening. The nevuah there was that the opportunity was there. But you see from here, that's nevuah too. Nevuah means this is right now your opportunity. Meaning Rav Ashi took this as a message for Shammai. He as if got a message. What did a Navi always get? A Navi got a message from Shammai, and he was supposed to interpret it and give it to the tzibur. Rav Ashi interpreted this as a message. If a fool is telling the one who's Rosh Yeshiva, he's Tzvit Yoivin, in Shammai they're telling him to go grab a Rosh Yeshiva, that's what he has to do. That's part of the nevuah. Second one, Tirek is Mahi. What's the story with a young child that she's a Navi? Kia the Basra of Chiz, the daughter of Chiz, Aviyosu Bekavit Devo, she's singing in the lap of her father. Haviyasa Kabi Rob Rarbacham, two Talmidim in front of him, Rob and Rarbacham. Amalo, man, Minayu boys, who do you want to have your husband? Amalei Tavai, I want both. Amalo, Vanabas, I want to be the last one. And the Bach adds with the words, Vikaret Chenal. That's exactly what happened. So you see that our nevuah is Miskayim, that they became her husbands. Again, meaning that it was a message this is going to happen. We mentioned here Avdim Ibn Chayfo, so we mentioned another thing from Avdim Ibn Chayfo. Before a person eats and drinks, he has two hearts. Once he eats and drinks, he has only one heart. What does it mean? He's able to think straight. Before that, he's not able. Ish nevuv yiloviv. So the more brings here a raya, the pasuk nevuv. What's nevuv? Loshen halo. Someone who's halo, meaning he has no food. Yiloviv, he has two hearts. V'chtiv, how do I know the nevuv is loshen halo? Chtiv nevuv luchos. Mutagamim chodi luchim. The luchos were hollow, where it wasn't solid. There was holes in between. When you have the words. Says the Gemara, Omar. Someone drinks a lot of wine, even if his heart is sealed, meaning he's not able to think straight, doesn't have a good das, the wine opens it up. Wine makes the besulis, something sealed, hollow open. So here the Nevi is used the opposite. Before the Nevi was that he has, we're talking about empty stomach. Here the Nevi means empty das. So he comes, the brothers are dividing a field. There's two brothers, one is a Bechor, gets double. The other one has one. So the Bechor says, give me my two fields together. Of course you do that. Why? Because the Bechor that gets double is really considered to be one Yerusha, not two separate Yerushas. So you give him a Chad Matzah, one next to each other. Yavam, what about a Yavam who inherits the chelik of his brother? So now is it considered to be two different Yerushas and not necessarily have to be together? Or they go together? Same thing. My time of Bechor, when the Torah called him a Bechor in the Pasuk of Yibum. He's a bias of Bechor, has a din of Bechor for some things. You give the Bechor the opportunity to be the first Yavam, but not the Chalukah of Bechor. Someone bought a land next to the field of his father. Once the father died, they wanted to divide the field. He said, give me a favor. I want the part of the field which is right next door to my other field, my own field. Give me on my Meitzah. What did the brothers care? Give him the field which is right next door to his field. Did not like that. The brothers will tell him, we hold this is a much more valuable field. Rashi says, talk about Zdeh Baal. We don't really know the difference. We think this field will be better this year. Why should we give you this field in the north? We like the north side more than the other sides. So because you take it next to your field, that's not midas doim not to give it to you. Teres brings a little different shot. He says that B'rimari means the rich people that say we for us this is valued more. We don't like to sell fields for cheap. Doesn't like this shot so much, but the idea is that they can say we think we won this field. So it's not midas doim. So Trailer Rosa Treinag, you have two fields, each one of them has its own nega. Nega means the water flowing from the river, the draw of water coming from the river. Again, why should I take this field with the other field? Each field has its own river. What do you care? Says, no, I'll tell you why. I'm afraid that the eastern river will dry up quicker than the western river. I don't want to give you the western field. Again, I have a reason why I like that field more. If it's two fields and using the same water, so now there's no difference. So even if Yeshiva agrees, that's already made this day. So no, I'll tell you why. I want you not to take two fields one next to each other. Because I want you to have a field on my right and on my left, so there will be more workers in the field on my both borders, and then my field will be kept better. That's not a taina. You want to have more workers. So therefore you want two fields aside, you have two different of the same person. Says the one if you give if you have one field, you have to divide between the brothers. One side has a river, and the other side has the naga, which is the flow where the river goes out to. So what's the problem over here? Whoever takes next to the river is better, is the best area. The naga, second best. The other two sides don't have a river or a naga. So how are you going to divide it? If you divide it in the middle, so one gets a full river and half a naga, the other one gets only half a naga. Try the other side, one gets half a river, and the other one gets half a river and a full naga. So what do you do? Says the Gemara, what's karnazol? So Rashi learns, the way we explained, and karnazol means you make it a pizza shape. You make it into this small triangle, as you see in Rashi over here. Each one will get a portion, and on every side of the field, will get a portion in the river, get a portion in the nagra. So you divide the river portion into two, which is one triangle, divide it into two halves. One is for Reuben, one is for Shimon. You divide the naga portion into two, give one half of part to Shimon, one part to Reuben. And then the other two you divide into two. That's how Rashi learns. And here Rashi, you can ask Rashi, why the other two sides you have to divide it into two? You could just give half to Reuben, half to Shimon. Because again, you can come and say, maybe I like the south more than the west. You like the west more than the south. So you should get 2 parts in the south and 2 parts in the west. Also, as Rashi points out, the one field is closer to the river. The other one is closer to the naga. So you need to give it a little bit more. Each one has to get a little part which is close to naga, to the river. Even though it's not exactly the same, Rashi learns this how you divide it. Toises is different shot. If you look at Toises, design over here, we says if you have one field and you have a river going throughout the corner, east to south, and you have a Naga going from south to west, right? That's how it goes. So you kind of what it means divide it on. You just you divide it on an angle. You don't split it in half. You split it in angles. So each one gets a little bit of river, and a little bit of Naga, a little more simple upshot. With this, we conclude this daf.